Hey there, my name is Phoenix, and I'd like to share a little impulse with you today. But before I want to do that, I'd like to introduce you or invite you to a little calming down in the moment because we are living in such fast societies. Basically, no matter where you are watching this video from, this whole world has accelerated so much that our lives, in pretty much like every country, in pretty much every context, except for a few little places on this earth, lives have become so fast. So I just want to invite you into a little calming down breathing exercise, which is having 2 breaths in and then one long exhale. Looks pretty much like that. In, and long exhale. And then again, in, and long exhale. If you'd like that, then you can pause the video now and can do it a few more times. It's called the physiological sigh, and it's really helpful to calm down the nervous system. And with that being said, it's already what I wanted to share with you today. It's basically, I think that there's qualities that we are missing in our societies today that we used to have in our societies like back in the day, years ago, like decades and centuries ago. There were other kinds of situations that were more devastating than some of the things we deal with today. And on the contrary, there were more like slow living. And one of the things that I find particularly important is working towards a more holistic health. So this is a topic that I find deeply interesting, something that I have a passion for. And a lot of people are interested in how do I live a healthy and happy life? Like, understandably so. And the answer most of the time would be good nutritious food, a lot of sleep, movement, and all of that is right. And I think it's right. And then there's more things that most of these channels are like, they avoid talking about that. And one of these things would be sustainability. Because no matter how healthy you are, no matter how healthy your body is, that only goes so long as the water where you're living is not healthy anymore, or the society collapses, or any of that kind of things. Like, it's getting so hot outside that you cannot live. Like, the food system breaks down because whatever, it's too hot outside for plants to grow. So if you want to be healthy, you gotta live in a healthy environment system. So it's your own health, which is personal health. Then it's the health of the ecosystem that you're living in. And in order to get there, you gotta think politics. So I've heard people say, well, I'm not politic. Like, I'm not, I have no opinion about that. Well, I think it's hard to say something like that because you always are within a system, and if you like it or not, in that country you are living in, the laws that politics, like politics is making laws, and you are bound by these laws. So if you like it or not, politics is affecting your life. So you have your own personal health, you have the environmental situation, and then you have the politics. And only these three in combination, in my perception, makes sense to put them together if you want to talk about real holistic health. And then you have to think about all of these kind of things. You have to think about, how can I personally be healthy, which means sleep, good quality food, movement, which would be a mind pattern, like ways of thinking, positivity, all of that good stuff. And then again, how can I live? How can I live so that the ecosystem is doing better? Like, what can I do to improve the situation? Because right now it looks pretty grim, to be honest. What can I do? And then again, what can I do to help other people understanding where we're standing right now, which is what I'm doing right now, talking with you about environmental stuff. You might be not interested in that, but in my personal view, in order for you to be like a happy and healthy human being, just living your life, a healthy ecosystem is the best way to get there. You cannot be a healthy, happy human when the ecosystem around you dies. It's just not possible. And then getting involved into politics, which means, first of all, go to the elections. Whenever there's an election, just go there. And preferably find a party, whichever the party in your country is, that cares about the ecosystem, and go for that. That cares about social situations, and go for that. It's mostly in most countries that I'm familiar with, which would be European countries and America, it's called left wing. These parties are interested in social fairness, economic fairness, environmental fairness. You'll find a party in your country that cares the most about that. My recommendation would be, go for that. No matter if you earn a lot of money or like little money, the best thing you can do, in my personal view, is voting for these kinds of parties. Because if you're rich, you totally profit from a society where everybody has enough money to go around, so you can be rich and everybody is okay with that. And if you're not that rich, these parties are for you anyway, because they are interested in keeping a balance between richer people and less rich people, and making sure that there's a balance within society. So no matter how you think about this, it's so important. It's so important to have these three things combined, thinking them in combination in order to have a holistic, healthy life. And if you're interested in that, then consider liking this video and following this channel, because I'm gonna upload more and more videos like that in the future, a little bit more professional than this one. Right now, I'm actually working on my own kind of holistic health, which is overcoming fears. One of my biggest fears is to get visible, especially with these kinds of topics, because talking about sports, talking about meditation and nutritious food and all that kind of stuff is easy. When I combine it with politics and then these ecological kind of things, which I really want to do, it's something that I'm deeply passionate about, then it's kind of getting a little bit muddy. And then I fear that there's people out there who will not like what I'm saying. And my personal growth journey here is to do it anyway, because I really think that this is the truth. For me, it absolutely feels logic to take these 3 points, combine them with with each other, because I've actually already had the explanation why this is important. And so I wanted to share that with you, because I personally think that this is the best way forward. And you are welcome to share your thoughts on that in the comments. I'd like to invite you to be respectful. If you strongly disagree with what I said, it would be so awesome if you'd find like good words to explain why you think that this is not the right forward, like the way forward. Just be polite about it. Try at least to be polite about it, because everybody can put stuff on the internet. Like, nobody sees your face. You can be now really unpolite and say something really stupid, and everybody can do that. It's actually the easy way to do that. The hard thing is sitting down, then recording a video in a foreign language, because I'm European, I'm German, which means my native language would be German, which means normalerweise spreche ich Deutsch. So I don't have like parents that are English speakers. I taught myself this language, and for me it's hard to talk in English, but I want to do that because it's a global thing. We have to solve this situation on a global scale. So no matter where you are from, if you're from Japan or some kind of African country, or India or the United States, England, Europe, no matter where you're from, these kinds of things are important to you just as much as they are important to me, because this is something we're all facing together. So I wanted to share that with you. Therefore, I'm speaking English. This is hard for me. Share your thoughts with me in the comments if you'd like. Just be polite about it. I love that. Thank you. And if you want to follow me on that journey, then yeah, you can totally subscribe to the channel. I'd love that. Then I'll see you in the next video. See you then. Bye.